I want to cry so bad just thinking about that story, guys. When a scattered, non-classy woman wants to sit down on this chair, for example, this is how they sit. How far now? I can't even sit like this, girl. When you know who you are and you know what you're worth, you will not intentionally go to a place and then somebody will disrespect you and then you sit there and take their disrespect and allow them get away with it. Hey, my elegant family, welcome again to another episode on the Winnie School of Excellence channel. Did you notice the name change? Yes, guys, we have officially rebranded this community. And if you missed the rebrand video announcement that we posted earlier in the week, I ask that you go watch that video so you can get to learn more about why we had to rebrand the community. Changing the name was one of the things we had to do in order to transition smoothly into the new brand. And we were previously known as Winnie School of Elegance, and now we are Winnie School of Excellence. The vision has expanded. We started Winnie School of Elegance with the vision to teach confidence, poise, grace, class, and all of that good stuff. But we soon realized that as we progressed with the filming of the video and growing of the community, we found out that we were more about teaching value. We were committed to the growth process of every individual, trying to help every individual in this community maximize their highest potential and just live life at the highest level whilst doing everything to become the very best version of yourself. And that, of course, is way more than what Elegance embodies. And so we have decided to rebrand to Winnie School of Excellence. Now, if you go watch the video on the rebrand announcement, you would hear more about the vision and why we decided to rebrand. I'm going to put a link in the description box for you to go watch it. Check it out and let me hear your thoughts. We believe that the name Winnie School of Excellence embodies the new vision and every single thing else that we have planned in the coming weeks and months and years. We have a whole lot planned, and we are going to be taking big, bold steps and doing things that allow us to not just be a community online, but connect physically. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're hosting a masterclass. It's called Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. And before I go ahead with today's video, I just want to take a little time to tell you about the masterclass. Now, this masterclass is a masterclass that is centered around vision and purpose mastery, personal branding, actionable goal setting, competence development, and of course, financial empowerment. So if you're looking to build up yourself in any of these things that I have mentioned, this masterclass is definitely for you. We have a lot more detailed information about the masterclass on the website. So just click the link in the description box down below and check out the website to learn more about the masterclass and how you can register. Now, this masterclass is an on-site masterclass that is available and open to just a very few select people. So if you haven't registered and you want to attend, I would advise that you register very quickly because we're going to be closing the registration portal soon. Hopefully, we're going to be opening it up to the online community for our community members who live abroad, but we're still deliberating on that, and I'll come back to you to let you know when the online portals will be open. But if you live in Nigeria and most especially Lagos State, do everything within your power to register for this masterclass and come on site, because I tell you, it's going to be an experience that you have never experienced before. Alongside myself, I'm going to be having very qualified expert speakers who will be touching on these topics that I have just touched on. It is more than just another educational gathering. This one is a life-changing, time-appointing, destiny-changing masterclass, and you do not want to miss it. And I'm saying this because, yeah, truly, guys, I'm really rooting for you all. And something else I didn't mention about the masterclasses, apart from you coming to gain more knowledge and have the tools and strategies to become a master at the topics that I mentioned earlier, you also get to connect with like-minded people. You get to connect with potential employers. For those who are seeking employment, we're going to be giving out scholarships to 5 people at the masterclass. We're going to be giving out materials like laptops and phones to a certain category of people, which we're going to be selecting based on different qualifications. And that can only happen if you are an on-site member. You're going to leave full, you're going to leave recharged, you're going to leave fueled. You can never leave that masterclass the same way that you came, because of every single thing that we have planned. And just like the name of our brand implies, Winnie School of Excellence, everything we're going to be doing at that masterclass will be excellence at maximum capacity. Again, like I said, it's like nothing you have ever seen before. And even I am super amazed and excited about the coming weeks. So you want to ensure that you register quickly to secure your spots, okay? And then I'll strongly advise that if you don't already follow us on Instagram, you need to follow us there, because we're going to be making a lot of announcements on that platform. There is so many things happening with this rebrand of the Winnie School of Excellence community, and you don't want to miss out on any of the information just in case it applies to you. There is so many things, I promise you. Again, click the link in the description box down below to get more information and all the details that you'll be needing about the masterclass. Okie dokie? All right, enough of the masterclass said. Let's get right into the video for today proper, shall we? So today's video is going to be all about the guide to mastering classy woman and man behavior. You all know that we recently intentionally included the men as part of the Winnie School of Excellence community, and everything we're going to be talking about right now will relate to both the men and the women. So yes, there's a lot of videos on the internet that tells you how to be classy from outside, tells you how to pay attention to your physical appearance, tells you how to pay attention to your body carriage, to your body posture and whatnot. We even have a couple of those kind of videos on the channel. But I dare say to you today that classy man or woman behavior has very little to do with your physical appearance and has more to do with who you are on the inside. So the work starts with the inside, because if you don't start the work from the inside, what will happen is anything you do from the outside would feel like an act. It won't come natural. It won't come like that's who you are. It will feel forced. It will feel acted. It would look like you are acting a script. And that's the reason why I say that classy man or woman behavior starts internally. So holding on to every single thing we have learned about being classy from the outside, let's now pay good attention to how to be classy from the inside. And today's video is going to give you all of the guide to make that happen. So let's get right into it, shall we? So the very first thing that helps you build classy man or woman behavior is that you need to work on your mindsets. Now, a classy man or a classy woman has an empowered mindset, an empowered mentality, as opposed to having a victim mentality. A classy person knows that they belong. A classy person knows who they are. A classy person knows that they are confident. Pay attention to the word that I'm using. Knows is the word, not feels. There's a knowing that a classy person embodies that showcases itself in their physical appearance. So when you know you are worthy, when you know you are valuable, when you know you are a quality person who matters on the earth, there's a certain way you carry yourself. But if you have a victim mentality, if you have a poverty mentality, if you have a very low self-esteem, it shows in the way you carry yourself on the physical. And that's why the very first point that I've put down here is your mindset change. You need to have a mindset change, especially if you currently have a mindset that doesn't look at yourself as all that. You need to have a mindset that sees you as all that sees you as a quality, confident, highly intelligent, valuable human being, and is deserving of life just like everybody else is deserving of life as well. So the question I'm going to ask under this point is, what's your mindset towards your life? How do you see yourself? Because how you see yourself translates to how you carry yourself. I can easily tell how a person sees themselves by how they carry themselves on the outside. And like I said, when you embody confidence from inside, from within, it shows naturally. And how you carry yourself on the outside would not look forced. It will look very natural. It will look very authentic. And that's why it's important that if you want to really embody classy man or woman behavior, you need to start with a mindset shift. Start seeing yourself as valuable, important, build upon your self-esteem, build upon your confidence level. That's the very first thing that you must do. And again, we have a couple of videos on the channel that can help you work on your self-esteem and build up your confidence, just in case you don't see yourself as good enough. There's so many videos there that can help you and teach you practical things that you can do to build up on that. And I implore you to kindly watch those videos so that you too can be on your way to becoming a classy person, because a classy person is truly an excellent person. The second thing that I put down here on my list that can help you start to become a classy man or woman is for you to deal with the childhood traumas and limiting beliefs that may be hindering you from expressing yourself fully. So let me tell you something, right? A lot of men and women in today's society are going around with unhealed childhood traumas that has affected their mindset and their belief system. It has limited it, it has clogged it, it has made it, you believe and you see life in a certain way based on the traumas or the experiences that you had growing up as a child. I always say that the foundational years of a human being are the most important years of that person's life. And your foundational years are your childhood years. If you want to know the kind of person you are and why you behave the way you behave, go back and take a look at your foundational years. Go back and take a look at your childhood. Take a look at what kind of parents you grew up with, what kind of environments you grew up in, the things you learned, the values you came to accept as your own that were given to you by parents, things you were not in control of but was thrown at you and you had to deal with it and live with it, whether you liked it or not. Those are the things that has come to shape up who you are as an adult. And I always advise anybody who cares to listen, go deal with your childhood traumas. Deal with it. It's holding you back in so many ways. I've experienced people, right? You come into their presence. They have this aura of timidity, shyness. You can see that they are very timid. They don't want to, they close up themselves and they want to open up themselves to be expressive and to be receptive of what life and people have to offer them. They are very shy. They are very intimidated. They are very sensitive, especially when people talk to them in a way that doesn't sit right with them. These people are people that are dealing with a lot of childhood traumas. They have insecurity issues. Very little thing sparks up something in them. You literally trigger them by the tiniest things. You need to go back and deal with your childhood traumas because your childhood traumas will continue to pop themselves out and rear their ugly heads in your adulthood. And I tell you, it will make you display characters and behavior that is not worthy of a classy person. My advice, go work on yourself. Go into your past and reflect on the experiences of the past that has now shaped up the life that you have now. Fix the problems that need to be fixed. I filmed a whole video on how I personally healed from mine. That video was quite a vulnerable video to film, but I knew that a lot of people were going to need it to also help them on their journey. Please search the channel for that video, watch that video and get all the guide that you need to face your past and then deal with the childhood traumas that may be hampering with your adult years. Okay? The third point that I put down here on my list that can help you become a classy man or woman would be for you to have a vision and purpose for your life and be about it. What purposeful thing are you doing with your life? When you wake up every day, what are you about? What are you about? What purpose? Why? What is your why? What is your why to life? Why are you existing on the face of the earth? I tell you something, it is easy for you to embody classy man or classy woman behavior when you are about a life purpose that is very definite, that is clear, that actually has value or produces value, and of course doing everything it takes every day to produce results. Let me tell you what classy looks like. Classy looks like a man or a woman who wakes up every day, has a good bath, gets up, dresses up, heads out of the house or stays inside the house, and is all about doing the things that help them advance their purpose. What is your purpose on earth? What are you doing here? Have you figured it out? Or are you waking up every day living life like as the day comes or as the day goes, you accept whatever the day gives you? Are you about being definite about the things that you're supposed to be doing with your life? Do you even know your purpose? Have you discovered your purpose on earth? Do you have a vision for your life? These are questions that you need to be asking yourself, because becoming classy comes to you naturally when you have discovered your purpose and you're working in line with it. When you have designed a beautiful vision for your life based on your purpose on earth, you immediately automatically become a classy, attractive person who everybody wants to be attached to or who everybody's attracted to. Now, if you haven't discovered your purpose and if you don't have a vision for your life yet, this is what the Winnie School of Excellence is all about. We're going to be bringing you materials, information, and of course, events like the Masterclass that we're holding that would help you clearly identify what your purpose as an individual is, and then clearly help you map out a vision for your life so that you have a clear direction, a clear path on the things that you're supposed to be doing to accomplish this purpose and give yourself a fulfilling and a happy life. You deserve it. So if you do not have a purpose for your life yet, or if you haven't crafted a vision for your life yet, I'll definitely advise that you plan to attend this masterclass with Winnie 1.0. Trust me, you don't want to miss it, because the answers you seek about defining your purpose and creating a vision for your life will be shared at that masterclass, and you do not want to miss that appointed moment for your life of your life. Again, you can get more details about the masterclass on our website, and the link is in the description box down below. The next point that I've put down here is for you to be intelligent. A classy person is an intelligent person. Educate yourselves on important topics. Don't be the one who doesn't really care about the things happening in society, things happening in the economy. And when I say things happening in society, I'm not just talking about the gossips that people indulge in on social media. Educate yourself on current affairs. What's the economy of your nation like? What's happening in the economy of your nation? What's happening in your neighborhood? Can you learn bits and pieces of different things like that empowering skills? Learn things about business. Learn things about money. Learn things about just have a big chunk, or even if it's a sizable chunk of information about different aspects of life, so that when the opportunity comes for you to contribute in a conversation, you can adequately contribute to that conversation without feeling shy or awkward or timid or intimidated just because you don't have anything to say. A classy person knows how to express themselves articulately with the right choice of words and of course with the right information. So please be an intelligent person by educating yourself on important topics, opening up yourself to more knowledge, opening up yourself to more information, opening up yourself to more perspective, other people's perspectives and opinion, and then of course just constantly learning every day. Okay? The next one on my list of course will be for you to strive to be an excellent person. Again, that's what the Winnie School of Excellence channel is all about. We're going to be teaching you every single thing you need to know to become excellent. Excellent in your finances, excellent in your relationships, excellent in your dating lives, excellent in your business, excellent in your career, excellent in your as an individual, excellent all-rounder, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Excellence is needed at the highest level because a classy person is an excellent person. A classy person is an organized person. A classy person is all about putting their lives and having their lives put together. So can you consider yourself an excellent person? If you are an excellent person, then you are a classy person. Okay? The next one on my list on how to embody classy man or woman behavior will be for you to pay careful attention to your energy and your aura. Your energy and your aura matters. Classy and dull don't work together. Classy and timid don't work together. Classy and disorganized don't work together. A classy person is vibrant, confident, warm, doesn't force themselves into situations. They naturally command respect. You see them, they're inviting. You see them somewhere, they're very inviting, they're captivating. Their aura is just very open. Somebody who is not classy has this very timid, shy, don't come talk to me behavior. But a classy person is somebody who is all, I'm over here, can you notice me? Without even saying a word. When you walk, you sway. People can feel your aura. They can feel your energy because of the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, the way you gesticulate, the way you're just smiley. You open up your body, you open up yourself, and you're very receptive of others. You're warm, you're inviting, you're kind, you're just gentle, you're just all of the good stuff. So work on your energy by simply becoming more self-aware. Right now, every time you find yourself in a place, right now as you're even seated, you ask yourself, what energy am I currently displaying? Am I someone who is very scattered, for example? Now, let me give you a quick example. When a classy woman, I have to hold this mic, there's a mic behind me, guys, full disclosure. When a scattered, non-classy woman wants to sit down on this chair, for example, this is how they sit. Have fun now. That's how they sit. Pay no attention. I can't even sit like this, girl. Pay no attention to how they carry themselves or how they swing. But self-awareness would allow you as a classy person. You come in and then you gently just sit on the chair. Very gently. And then you can even cross your leg. That's how a classy woman will sit compared to how someone who is not classy would sit. So you need to start paying attention to these things. Pay attention to the way you carry yourself. Pay attention to your aura. And then people can tell the kind of person you are by simply paying attention to things as simple as how you sit on a chair. How do you sit on a chair? Those things matter. They say a lot about you as a person. And if you want to be someone who is classy, you need to be very mindful of the aura and the energy that you're giving through the different things that you do. And that's why I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you need to work on your mindset. And then you need to work on healing your childhood traumas. So those things will stop affecting the way that you behave as an adult. So for example, if as a child, nobody taught you proper manners or proper etiquette or things like this, I won't blame you if you are a little bit ratchet or raz when you're trying to sit or stand. I used to be like that. And I'm very honest with you all in this community. I used to be like that, but I had to start working on myself, refining myself, training myself because of the kind of woman I'm growing to become. Because of the kind of woman I have seen that I want to become. I have to start putting in the work to ensure that I embody this classiness. And now it has come to me naturally. Even when I'm seated in the car, when I'm being driven or going somewhere, I find I just naturally just cross my leg without effort. In fact, if I don't cross my leg, I feel like there's something wrong. I'm not saying that crossing your leg is a sign of classy behavior, but for me, it just feels natural now. Does that make sense? So you need to start paying attention and being self-aware of the different things that you do that affect or influence your aura and your energy. Okay? Thank you. The next point that I've put down here on how you can start embodying the behavior of a classy person will be for you to start paying careful attention to your personal brand. See, whether you like it or not, you have been creating and crafting your personal brand, whether consciously or unconsciously or intentionally or without any awareness. So some people have intentionally created their personal brand and they're looking, and personal branding is not for public figures alone. Every individual has a personal brand. Personal brand is simply how people perceive you. Whether you like it or not, people judge you by your personal brand. Your personal brand is simply your unique identity, your reputation, and the impression you create in the minds of others. I put down here that it is how people perceive you based on your values, your expertise, your personality, your energy, and how you present yourself to them through your words, through your actions, and through your overall appearance. What are people saying about you when you are not there? That's your personal brand. And a classy person pays very close attention to their personal brand. And then when you are done with them, when you leave their presence, they leave a memorable experience with you. You will keep thinking about them over and over and over and over again. And that's why a classy person is always an attractive person, because apart from just their physical appearance, their intelligence, their sound, they have positive aura and positive energy. They're educated. They sound like they know what they're talking about. They are confident. They've built their self-esteem. So you need to work on your personal branding. Now, one of the major sessions we're going to be taking on the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0 is on personal branding. And we're going to do justice to that topic once and for all, give you all the strategies and the tools and all the knowledge and information and the materials that you need to start crafting and building a strong, unique personal brand for yourself. So it's important again that you register to attend the Masterclass so you can start curating a personal brand that is of high quality, so that when you come into a place, whether it's in your professional space, your physical space, or your personal space in your home, with your family, with your friends, wherever it is you go, ensure that your personal brand is one that is quality and helps you stand out, so that you leave a long-lasting impression with the people who have experienced you. I promise you, there's something about having a quality personal brand that helps just opens doors, gives you the advantage, gives you opportunities that a regular normal person who doesn't pay attention to their personal brand would not have. So work on your personal brand. Start paying attention to how you show up. Start paying attention to how you display yourself to people. Now, you may be one way, but how you are displaying yourself to other people is another way. And people will judge you. They will give you opportunities or not give you opportunities, or give you favors or not give you favors based on how they perceive you. So you want to be sure that your personal brand, that is how people perceive you, matches who you truly are, your authentic self. And it's important that you start working on curating the most quality personal brand for yourself intentionally and with a lot of awareness. Okay? That's how you embody the behavior of a classy person. This next one is my absolute favorite one. A classy person has their finances figured out. They handle money with wisdom and they know how to budget correctly. A classy person understands what money is all about. A classy person works on becoming their most valuable self so that they can offer skills and offer value to other people in exchange for money. Classy people don't beg. They don't go about begging for money or depending on others for the financial aspects of their lives. So if that's what you do currently, you think there's one man there who is supposed to be your poverty alleviation scheme, who's supposed to provide your needs. My dear, no. You need to go work on your finances. You need to go put your finances in order. You need to go ensure that every single thing about your financial life is 10-10, at least to a large extent. It starts with getting basic knowledge and information about financial literacy, understanding what real money is, how you can start making the money based on your value proposition, and then of course, how you can start tapping into the different skills that you have to start making and acquiring money for yourself. Then before you now go into multiplying your income streams, and then of course, building wealth for yourself. All of these are things that we're going to teach at the Masterclass with Winnie 1.0. There's a whole session designed for financial empowerment, and we have a powerful facilitator who's going to be taking that session. So again, if you guys notice this classy behavior, if you want to be a classy person, it requires investing in your life. It requires investing in your future. So register to attend the masterclass and be on your way to becoming a classy person who has their finances figured out. 10-10. So let me tell you something. There's a certain kind of confidence you embody when you have your money figured out. I'm somebody who didn't come from money. Yes. One day I will share my story. I didn't come from money. I was the kind of person who would go to school. My mom couldn't afford to give us lunch money. I would go to school and be begging people for things in school. One day, one girl embarrassed me so badly. I asked her to please share her. I think she was eating biscuits during lunch break because I didn't have money to buy my own biscuits, or I didn't even have money. We didn't have food. I want to cry so bad just thinking about that story, guys. I didn't take food to school. I want to cry. Hold on. Guys, hold on. It was so emotional. Every time I remember that story, it's one of the major reasons why I strive to become a success at all costs. It fuels me. I didn't take food to school. I was so hungry. It was lunch break. Remember, if you've heard my story, I've said about how my dad died at a young age and my mom was saddled with the responsibility of taking care of 7 people on her own. So I would go to school without no money, without no food. I was skinny. If I have a picture, I'll put it here. So that during that lunch break, I asked this girl to give me share biscuit with me. And what she said to me was, Beggy, you're always begging, always beg. Can't you bring your own? Can't you buy your own? That thing shattered me to my bones. And it was one of the traumatic childhood experiences that I had to live with that made me shy, intimidated, scared of people and scared of asking. But I had to break free from that intention. And that is one of the experiences that I ever had in my life that made me a certain way as an adult. But thankfully, with a lot of self-reflection and self-awareness and determination to heal my childhood traumas, I healed from that experience. But I tell you, there is nothing fun and exciting about having to depend on someone for money. There's empowerment when you have your own money. Whether you are a man or a woman watching, there's empowerment when you have your own money, and you can make your money legally and morally. If you equip yourself with the knowledge, it's all about knowing things. Forget everything you've learned about money. I mean, if you don't already have it figured out, forget everything you've learned. There is a right way to make money, a sure way to make money. You just need to acquire the knowledge and then make the money and empower yourself. Having your finances sorted out is the best or one of the best ways to empower yourself as a human being. And I highly recommend that you go for knowledge, especially when it comes to financial empowerment. Okay? The next point that I've put down here on how to embody classy person behavior will be for you to surround yourself with quality people. See, Quality people understand the importance of being around quality people. You don't want to be around people who are toxic. You want to be around supportive people who build you up. You want to be intent. Hey God, I tell people, if you know how important your life is and how important the people in your life are or is, you will be so careful with how you select the people who come closest to your inner circle. They make or mar you to a large extent. Sit down now and ask yourself a question. The people who are closest to me, how are they adding value to my life? How are they bringing value to my life? Are they quality people who I can depend on? Are they quality people who can actually help me advance my purpose? I mean, you don't make friends because you need something from them. But if you must have people around you, they must be able to, at least to a large extent, be some form of anchor or support system for the life that you are building. If not, what are they there for? If you have people in your life that all you people do is gossip and backbite and fight, you don't produce anything with yourselves, you don't give yourselves sound counsel or advice, there is nothing you do with yourselves apart from nothing. Pretty much nothing. That's what I call negative behavior. If you don't do anything with yourselves, what are you doing with them? What are they doing with you? Classy people surround themselves with other classy human beings. So you want to embody classiness? Start surrounding yourself with classy people. And it starts with you becoming a classy person. Okay? The next point that I put down here is, of course, a classy person is always kind and respectful to everyone. This one needs no explanation. You're gracious, you're cautious, you're compassionate. You have empathy. You show empathy on a daily basis. That's who a classy person is. Another one here is a classy person is authentic and doesn't try to be who they are not. They own their individuality and are extremely confident in who they are. They own everything about themselves, the good, the bad, the ugly. They own their mistakes. They own their wins. They own their successes. They own everything. And then they make adjustments based on what needs to be adjusted in their lives to fit the purpose that they are working in. So a classy person is very authentic to their core, and they don't try to fit in or behave like something or someone else that they are not. And that's why I said it's important that you work on your mindset and work on healing the childhood traumas and limiting beliefs that are holding you bound, so that whatever you're doing on the physical is not going to be an act. It will just be who you are. A confident, I know who I am kind of classy person. That's the kind of person you want to be. And if you want to be that kind of I know who I am person, it starts from inside and has nothing to do with the physical. Okay? The next point that I put down here is a classy person knows how to articulate their thoughts and communicate effectively. This one needs no, in fact, if you've been in this community, you know how much we emphasize on effective communication. We even have a course for that purpose, for anyone who wants to level up in their communication, who wants to be able to communicate effectively their thoughts, their feelings, their ideas, whether in their personal or professional lives. You just want to become a more eloquent, effective, and an elegant communicator. That course is for you. Click the link in the description box down below to get more information about it and how you can access it. But if you're a person watching today and you don't know how to express yourself with words, you don't know how to express your thoughts and your ideas with words, you need to work on that. Because as a classy person, you need to be able to tell people how you feel. Tell people what you think. Let me tell you something. Not knowing how to communicate effectively will keep you bound. It will limit you. You will keep your mouth shut when you're supposed to be talking. And that's how opportunities will pass you by, because you can't open your mouth to effectively communicate what you want to communicate or what your desires or what your true intentions are. So opportunities will keep passing you by. People will keep pressing on you. People will keep stamping on your boundaries. People will keep ignoring you. A lot of things will happen to the person who doesn't know how to communicate effectively. And that's why I'm so passionate about effective communication. And you need to work on your communication so that you become an effective communicator. Okay? This next one needs no explanation. A classy person is not a people pleaser. We don't go about pleasing people. We don't care about the opinions of people. In fact, I always say a classy person only pretty much cares about the opinion of the God they serve, themselves, and maybe the people closest to them. I'm a classy person. I consider myself one. And I don't care about the opinion of somebody who doesn't matter in my life. And you think about me this way. That's your opinion, not mine. And then, of course, we don't go about trying to please people, trying to get people in our good books. Me too. You have to get into my own good books. I have good books too. You have to work to get into my good books. It goes both ways. That's how a classy person thinks. This is not pride or arrogance. It's just knowing who you are. You don't go about trying to please people and trying to make people the center of your world when they haven't made you the center of theirs. So a classy person is not a people pleaser. And the final point on my list that I put down here is, of course, a classy person doesn't engage in drama and negative energy, whether publicly or privately. See, they remove themselves from everything that is negative. You see, idle chatter, gossip, backbiting, they are not interested. You will never find them arguing or fighting, whether physically, with their hands or with their mouths. A classy person is very demure, very classy, very cutesy, very elegant, you get. They handle conflicts with a lot of grace. They don't talk much, they don't lift fingers, they don't even scream. So if you are that kind of person who is constantly fighting, constantly in conflict, constantly battling with people who are not battling with you, or you just like negativity around you, then it's time to work on yourself. In my opinion, these are all the qualities that can actually help you embody the personality of a classy person. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, classy has very little to do with your physical appearance. It has very little to do with that, but a lot to do with yourself from the inside, because whoever you are on the inside would automatically reflect itself on the outside. When you know who you are and you know what you're worth, you will not intentionally go to a place and then somebody would disrespect you, and then you sit there and take their disrespect and allow them get away with it without giving back. Of course, not disrespecting them, but setting a boundary to let them know, no, you can't do that over here. So a classy person knows who they are, and it just reflects on the outside, not in a prideful or an arrogant way, but in a way that says, I know who I am, and I know what I stand for, and I know that I'm valuable. I know that I deserve respect. I deserve to be honored. I deserve a chance in life. So if you want to embody the behavior of a classy person, these are some of the things you need to start working on from the inside of you first, and then it will start showing on the outside. I hope you've learned a thing or two from today's episode. If there's something I missed out on how we can embody classy man or woman behavior, please kindly leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and let's continue the conversation there. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, continue to stay very excellent.